Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm gonna be doing a little tutorial video on how I sampled one of my favorite songs into a jerk beat. In the video I'll be going over the arrangement and how I flipped the sample itself. I'll be going over each part of the drums and the effects on how I really molded this into being a jerk beat. So let's get into it. So first off, obviously what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the song from YouTube to MP3 type shit, YouTube to Wave, whatever you want to do, whatever works with your DAW. So I did that, and then my first step with sampling is I like to use TuneBat. There's a lot of plugins you can use, like Serato Sampler, I have that too, or even AutoKey will tell you like the key and all that shit. But what I do is I like to go to TuneBat. If the song is on streaming platforms, and then the song I used today was called Exquisite Tension by You'll Never Get to Heaven. So I'll click that and it will show me which key it is in. So this one's in esharpmajor, and then it shows me the BPM and everything. It shows you everything. This website's kind of crazy and it's free. So if you need any sampling tools, this is a really good one just to get started off with. So like I'll go into that. I see it's esharpmajor, so I'll set my scale into esharpmajor. Yeah, you can see it right there. Bottom left is there. And then like what I'll do is I'll drag it in, and when you drag in a sample from Ableton, it's not gonna be warped correctly or it's set to the right BPM. So what I did is I set the tempo to the speed that I wanted, and then I went down into the sample itself in the bottom left, and then you could adjust the BPM right here to whatever you want. So I kind of just played around with it until I got what I want. And then I started playing around with it. Another really good tip in Ableton to use is, this is crazy, like, because Ableton it's meant for speed and to sample well, yo. Like, so if you click Control A and you click Control U after to quantize the whole track, this might change the BPM by like 2, 3, but you won't really hear it. And this will make it so each transient pops up. So each transient is just kind of like the high points of the sample. So like things like strums, just loud vocal points, drums, shit like that. That is what it's gonna mark. And then you could literally just drag this marker right here to wherever you want the sample to start. It is the craziest tool. This right here is a cheat code for Ableton. So use that if you're gonna sample. But also you could just do the BPM thing that I did and just match it to the tempo. That works too. So this is the speed that I like the tempo, that I like the sample at. So this is how I started. And yo, in my sample, you can hear I added little breaks. So I added another. So what I did is I broke this apart. All I did was I clicked Control E here to split it apart. So what I'll do to make that break is like I will click Control E, and what that does, it'll cut the track itself in half. And then all I did was add this, and then I got the break like that. And then if you click here and then click here, Control J to join it, it joins it and it makes it into one track. So that's how I kind of made the break. And in between here is I added drums to make it have like a little bounce. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys how I went about making the drums as well. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the snares for the beat. The snares it's an essential to the jerk beat. That's what really adds its rhythm and its tempo. I know a lot of people use claps too, but this beat I just felt like using snares. So it's really a basic snare pattern. The only difference is that right here, this snare right here comes in 2 beats earlier than it usually does over here. That's just to avoid repetition and kind of add some bounce to it. So I'll show you how that goes. And then I added the vocals. And then I added a snap. That snap's just in the break, just to add some bounce to the break. And then a triangle after it. And then some perks in between. Then I got the 808s. I got the kicks coming in. Now we really got the bounce to this. And then after is the second part of the melody. that's really how the drums go for that. Also, I didn't really mention, but if you just click control and click through the different tracks, it brings them all up at once and it kind of layers them like this. You can also click focus if you want to continue to add on to it. That's just a little Ableton tip. It looks cool too, because if you have different colored tracks, shit just looks like a little rainbow too. So yeah, that's how I went over the drums. Yeah, and lastly, I think I said I would go over the effects. So this is kind of just how I did the effects as well. I kind of put them all in one track, and I know that's bad practice, but I liked how all of it sounded at the same volume, I'm not gonna lie, so it just made it easier for me. All I really did is I added these jerk kicks just for emphasis when it's changing like into the verse or the hook, shit like that. And I added the scratches in between the breaks just to add a little emphasis to the breaks, add a little more pop. So I added, and then like the kick right here, you can hear the right there also. So that's kind of how I did the effects. And lastly, I almost forgot to mention it while I was talking about the sample itself. Bro, I had to do a lot of editing with the with the EQing of the sample itself. So I added fresh air just to bring out some of the mids of the vocals too. And then on top of that, I used Pro Q from FabFilter. I think if you produce, most people use this or like know about this. But yeah, I just what I did is I brought down the mids, so the vocals over here and here would pop out more. And then yeah, this is how it kind of came out, which I liked a lot, because without this the vocals were way too loud and it would overtake all the drums, and I didn't really like it at all, and it was kind of hard to work around. So yeah, that is basically it for the beat. I hope you guys fucked with it, because I really enjoyed making it. Just the process of going through and doing all of it was fun. So I'm gonna post a link below in the description of the full song. I'm gonna put it on I put it on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitter too, so it's all there. So if you need to find the song and to listen to it, I'll put it below for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna do more tutorial videos like this in the future, so hope you guys fucked with it, because I really did. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. Peace.